Why is she repeating the insult in front of somebody who is already highly distressed? That seems
I didn't think about that part.
That seems to make it worse.
Well, if you weren't such a fat bitch, and she called her a and everything else, all because my wife was actually being nice.
It is the fashion of the day that if something bad happens, your first recourse is to go on social media and put them on blast.
Is that what the kids still say? Put them on blast?
I thought that's what that was.
Yeah. I get it. You get very angry, and everyone thinks they have the power just because they have an account somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, I'm on Yelp. I'm going to take you down, so you better count my meal.
So down in the little town of Wolf Lake, Illinois, which is we're getting down on the Mississippi River there by Cape Girardeau, is a simple bar and grill called the Duck Inn. And this lady went there and did not get the service she expected. There's a lot to break down in this video, but let's at least first hear her complaint.
Wow, I'm pissed. We ordered food from this place called the Duck Inn in Wolf Lake here.
For one, they know that I don't have teeth, so I can't chew.
What she said there is going to be important. There is a crying woman in the background who said, "How'd they know I don't have teeth and I can't chew?" I want you to remember that line, Mike.
Wow. I did not hear that. You're better linguistics than I am, because I heard something about why did they take my Cheetos?
Yeah, well, that probably happened too. So the part of the story, how did they know I don't have teeth and can't chew, is going to become relevant here in a moment.
Okay.
For one, they know that I don't have teeth, so I can't chew.
We asked them for chicken strips that my wife can chew that are not hard. Please do not cook them too long. What do? They cook them too long. And now she can't eat them.
And everything else.
Let me finish this first. My wife calls up there to tell him what was wrong. She was calm. She's like, "Hey, I just left there and my chicken fingers are cooked too long. Can you?" And the lady stops her. "Well, if you weren't such a fat bitch," and she called her a and everything else, all because my wife was actually being nice and was like, "Can you please fix it?" And instead of my wife fighting back, she's sitting here fucking crying. I was the one that flipped out on him, and we're calling the Better Business Bureau. And let me tell you, do not go to the Duck Inn in Wolf Lake, Illinois. Because obviously they need better management than that bitch behind the bar.
Diana.
No, was it Diane?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, Diane, I'm coming for you.
Let's not dox. Let's make sure we know the name of the person we're doxing on our YouTube video here.
Oh my God.
There's a lot. First off, I don't blame the Duck Inn for overcooking the chicken, because the last thing you want is to undercook it and then have them upset about salmonella at the Duck Inn.
Right. But it also, she couldn't chew it, Mike. She couldn't chew it.
You can take the breading off. You can also cut it and take the breading off.
The thing I don't fully, I mean, there's a lot. Look, let's just take this woman at her word that it happened exactly as she says it happened. No reason to think it didn't. Okay. The first thing that strikes me is, why is she repeating the insult in front of somebody who is already highly distressed? That seems
I didn't think about that part.
That seems to make it worse.
Well, if you weren't such a fat bitch, and she called her a and everything else, all because my wife was actually being nice.
Yeah, she's crying in the background. She's already like, "How do they know I didn't have teeth, so I couldn't chew?" And then they call me a and
Yeah.
you know what, and the C word, and the see you next Tuesday, and everything. Is there anything else, by the way, Johnny? If you call someone a fat F and B and a see you next Tuesday, what is the everything else?
Right.
That's my biggest question here. And your to your point is she could have said they insulted her and used some very crude language instead of.
And what else did she call you? Did she call you a pig too? Oh, that's right. It was a pig.
Did she call you a hippo? Did she say you were hungry for chicken strips and you're a big ass hippo? That maybe you should go someplace else? Yep, that's what she did. That's what she did.
Was she afraid you were going to break the chair? She was afraid you were going to break the chair, right?
Did she say she could feel your fat through the phone?
So
God
I don't
bless.
know. I don't know why she had to do that. I understand
Right.
she was upset, but geez, you made it worse.
Big
You know.
time.
And it appears that they know Diane or have encountered Diane in the past.
Diane, I'm coming for you.
Right. Yeah, so she's coming for Diane. And so her hope, of course, as you always think in these situations, is the internet is going to back me up on this one. How dare they? And they're going to come to my rescue. And the internet, God bless the internet, did the exact opposite.
Oh, they didn't review bomb?
So they go to the Duck Inn and
Oh,
said,
that's awesome.
yeah, and start to review. The chicken tenders are absolutely angelic. The first bite practically melts in your mouth. They're unbelievably soft, tender, and cooked to perfection. Honestly, they set the bar for for what chicken tenders should be. If you're looking
Raising
for
Cane's can suck a big one. These
Right.
are even better.
This person says, I don't usually leave reviews, but the Duck Inn deserves a standing ovation, and if I could stand on the table while clapping while eating, I would. Let me start. The chicken tenders, because they were nothing short of life-changing. I have some trouble chewing thanks to missing teeth. So most fried chicken out there either comes out like rubber bands or rocks, impossible for me to enjoy. But the tenders at the Duck Inn, oh my word.
Wow. Good
goes
Lord.
on.
Then came the fries, not just fries. Oh, no.
Yeah.
These were something else. Wow, this is a very lengthy review.
Let me tell you something about the Duck Inn. Forget Disneyland, forget Paris, forget even oxygen. This is the place to be if you want to experience true happiness. The moment I walked in, I knew, no, I transcended into a higher plane of existence. Why? Because I was greeted by Diane.
That's awesome.
Now let's talk about the chicken fingers. Friends, these aren't just chicken fingers. These are chicken sonnets, crispy on the outside, tender on the inside, seasoned but what I can only imagine as a whisper from heaven itself. The cheese fries.
Wow.
For someone missing a few teeth or maybe all, no judgment here, these fries are a miracle. Soft enough to gum, cheesy enough to bring a tear to your eye.
Soft enough to gum. Oh, that is awesome.
If you have teeth and taste buds, stop scrolling and order the chicken strips. These things are religion. Perfectly golden, seasoned just right. And people just go on and
Keep
on.
going.
Wow. Yeah, Diane delivered. She not only served up the best chicken strips I have ever had, she threw in a few extras. She said someone else didn't pick up their fries with cheese sauce and a side of ranch, so threw it in for free. My man lost his dentures, but Diane came to the rescue and made him a delicious blended burger. Thank you, Diane.
Oh my God.
And so one comment that, I mean, it's just, there is no, whatever you think the internet is going to do, it'll do the opposite. And if you think it's going to do the opposite, it'll do the opposite of that opposite. I mean, it's
The opposite.
that is the rule of the internet.
Yeah. And if you're going to be upset, have a better reason than the chicken fingers were cooked a little too long. Like, if it was like, I got them raw or they gave me salmonella, like, being upset over, I wanted them to make it better, to cook them less because my gummy Joe of a wife over here can't chew them.
Yeah. And so I don't know. I don't know what it's like to not have teeth, but I would imagine that you know what you are able to eat and not able to eat. Chicken fingers seems difficult, even if they are succulent and tender.
Yeah, it. Like I said, you'd have to use a knife and fork and kind of gum them away. I don't know what they were. I don't know what they were hoping they would get from the duck in, but kudos to the internet to come to Diane and say, yes, Diane, you were correct to call her a fat F&B and a see you next Tuesday.
Our poet laureate chimes in, I don't have teeth and I can't chew. They cook my chicken all the way through, which is which? That fat bitch. All I say is F you. Thank you, poet laureate.
Yes,
we appreciate
well done,
you
Greg.
for all that you have to offer.
I don't have teeth, so I can't chew.
We
How do they know I don't have teeth and I can't chew? Why don't you order a shake next time?
I gotta hear the insults again. That was just brutal.
Okay.
fingers are cooked too long. Can you? And the lady stops her. Well, if you weren't such a fat bitch, and she called her a and everything else, all because my wife was actually being nice.
I don't think these people are nice, Mike. I don't know them, but I just have a feeling they're not nice ever. I don't think they're ever nice. There's just some energy coming from them that gives me the feeling that they're not nice.